Do you know the guys that were involved at all?
Tyvone Pitt says he can't understand how childhood friends would let an argument over stolen speakers turn to gunfire.
They came over here and they shot him. The sister ran out here and started fighting the other guy.
Last night, both 19-year-old Toonvin Pitt and her 23-year-old boyfriend were shot in the chest with a 9mm handgun. Pitt Kimden is High Point's first murder victim of the year. 3 men are being charged with murder and assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill. Police tracked them down just blocks from the shooting at one of the suspects' aunt's home.
He just said he didn't do it. He just went with his friend and he thought just going to fight or discuss, each other, make to understand. And he don't know, going to get that happen.
A neighbor says car headlights made her look out of the window, and when she did, that's when she saw a car drive around to the back of this house. That's when she said she called police. How do you know this wasn't just any car? I mean, it could have been...
It went behind the house. No car go behind the house. That was spooky.
Von Pitt says it'll be hard to get over this. His friend is dead, his sister lies in the hospital, and 3 childhood friends are accused of the crimes. Stephanie Creighton, ABC 45 News.
She's a nice lady.
Sherry Williams has free access through her job at UNCG. But for her home computer, Williams bought internet access through America Online. It was a brief and stormy marriage.
One thing, when I'd log on to it, sometimes it would take like 10, 15 tries to get in there.
Williams isn't alone. Some AOL customers are abandoning the giant and hitching rides with smaller companies, even though America Online recently lowered its rates.
How many times has this happened to you? You're out on the interstate, traffic comes to a halt, and you can't get where you're going. If you've been using America Online to get on the internet, you probably know the feeling.
Keeping up with the incredible demand for website visits has been almost impossible for AOL.
They have not been able to expand their ability to provide connect time rapidly enough to deal with this increase in demand.
America Online is trying to solve the problem, though. The company plans to spend $250 million for upgrades. A quick fix for hackaholics may be in local providers.
Because we really care about this market, we make sure that we pay closer attention to this market, closer attention to our individual customers.
Companies like SpiderBite have similar services and offer competitive user fees. Trey Hardison, ABC 45 News.
The horror started just after 1 this morning when police say 33-year-old Howard Waddell opened fire on his estranged girlfriend and her mother with a shotgun. 52-year-old Carolyn Huffman was killed. 25-year-old Deborah Huffman was wounded but able to run to a nearby house for help.
Emergency 911. Yeah, I have someone here that says she's been shot.
Does she look like she has been?
Yeah, she's been shot in the side.
That call came from Robert Clayton's house. He says Deborah is lucky to be alive.
She was desperate, really desperate. My son just happened to be awake at the time and got her inside. Had he not, I'm pretty sure the fellow would have finished her off.
Instead, Waddell fired on a Greensboro police officer, hitting his car, then ran into the woods. Police searched most of the morning for him before finding his body in a creek just off Wendover Avenue. He'd apparently turned the gun on himself. Friends and family didn't want to talk on camera, but say Waddell was upset Deborah Huffman was breaking off their 4-year relationship.
This is not the first time Waddell has killed. Back in 1979, he was charged with murder, then convicted of voluntary manslaughter in 1980. After serving 12 years in prison, he was released in 1991. But Greensboro police say he should never have been given another chance to kill.
It's frustrating, but it's not anywhere as frustrating as it is for the innocent people out here that are victimized by someone who's committed violent crimes before.
And it's those innocent victims on Brevard Street who must now spend their new year putting their lives back together. Rich Parsons, ABC 45 News.
Tia Smith dreams of teaching international broadcasting at a historical black college, and each day she moves a step closer to making her dreams reality. The Bennett College senior maintains a 3.8 grade point average and is on her way to graduate school. She says she couldn't have gotten through college without a scholarship from the United Negro College Fund.
My mother's a single parent, and I actually really need the money, and she could not afford to send me to college. So that's why I need scholarships as well as work and internships and things like that.
Tia is the first in her family to go to college. For 53 years, UNCF has helped put deserving students through black colleges. 7 years ago, Lou Rawls started hosting the telethon, which last year raised $12 million for private black colleges here in the state. Bennett is one of 6 private historical black colleges in the state to receive money from the United Negro College Fund. With the decline in federal and corporation grants, it's becoming even more important for these small colleges to raise private money.
We hope to reach out to the broader community to get more dollars and more support from across the board.
Bennett College uses a portion of the money raised to make improvements to the campus and buy books for their library. But the biggest reward is the $50,000 in UNCF scholarships given to students.
I would hope that people would understand that a mind is a terrible thing to waste, and that if they really take that to heart and they really think about it.
Barclay Todd, ABC 45 News.
Option number 1 Sprite and 1 Mr. Pibb. Would you like to supersize them 30 cents more into a large Sprite and large drink?
People race against time every day to get everything they need complete. They pack as much as they can into 24 hours.
It's just so much going on, you know, so busy that sometimes I just don't see how I have any time to spend for myself.
Many people share Greg Hayes' frustration. Most days, the only time he spends on himself is traveling to and from work. The rest of the time, he's on the run for work or his family.
During the week, you go through so many trials and tribulations, and you need something that's going to encourage you to make it to Sunday.
Hayes says the 6-day wait is a long time. He looks forward to Wednesday's lunch hour, where he's taking something a little different than the average meal break. This is where Greg Hayes says he fills up for the rest of the week. Noonday worship at his church.
When I'm there, I don't even think about Remco. You don't even have time to think about Remco because the worship and praise service is so powerful.
So powerful, each service draws between 300 and 400 working people who've decided to bypass physical nourishment for the spiritual.
Stress throughout your day will build up, and as it builds up through the day, it'll become more and more difficult to work.
After 45 minutes of worship, it's back to work, but not without a bag lunch.
No sooner than I come back to work, there's always more problems to arise. And now that I've had a word of encouragement, I can really go on with my day.
Hi. Thanks. Even if your day is so busy, the most you have time for is to pick something up to go do it. The 2 to 3 minutes that you spend waiting could be just the physical and emotional break your body needs. Stephanie Creighton, ABC 45 News.
Meet Moses, Larry, and James. For 5 years, the three have teamed up to pick up garbage for the city of Winston-Salem. But don't dump on what they do. They have no complaints.
We laugh and we'll carry on and have a good time doing it.
But now it's time for the long haul. During the holidays, the food, boxes, and old stuff we trash away start to pile up for these guys. It's that special time of year garbage collectors expect to pick up 2 tons of trash a day, double the normal load.
That's a lot of garbage. But sometimes we have so much garbage we have to make 2 trips back and forth.
The people who do this for a living will pick up just about anything except for some of those heavy things like a microwave. But if you're lucky enough to get this crew, they say they'll even pick up that.
But they'd rather you not. For the holidays, they simply ask for neatly placed trash, broken down boxes, and old appliances bagged up. But no surprises.
This young man here found a possum this morning in the bottom of the garbage can. He thought he had a bag of garbage, handful of hair.
So don't keep a lid on it. Let your neighbors know. Don't forget the one who must hit the long winter road. And don't let their holidays get trashed. Keith Yaskin, ABC 45 News.